I get a lot of questions on this channel. I'd say the number one question that I get is something associated with this guy who's saying this. He has a situation with this girl. They've been messaging back and forth, and he's looking at the messages and saying she said this, and then she did this, and she smiles a lot on the date, and he describes this whole thing. And a lot of times they won't say it, but it's heavily implied, and sometimes they will just outright say it. He's wondering, does this girl like me? Okay, that's what they're trying to figure out. And I will admit that when I was, struggling, I would ask myself that question a lot too. I'd be looking at the messages. Oh, did she text me that much? Okay, that means she's into me. Okay, and for a lot of these girls, I was trying to either get them out on a date, or I was trying to sleep with them, and it was really difficult. It was really difficult to deal with them. Maybe there's something that I didn't like about them. But I was still pursuing them. And I kept doing this because I kept asking myself the wrong question. And these guys are asking themselves the wrong question too. And that's, does this girl like me? That's not the question they should be asking. The question they should be asking is this girl a good fit for me and my life? Okay? Once you start asking yourself this question, things become a lot clearer. You're not... As a guy, you have to think of yourself as a high-value guy and bet on yourself. You have to realize that just because a girl liking you isn't a reason for you to stay with her, or isn't a reason for you to actually go after her. A lot of times we tend to go for what's easy, or we tend to go for what's there. And it's fine if you really like a girl and you're pursuing her and you're persistent about it, and you do it in the right way, that's cool. But there's a lot of girls out there that are going to be bad for you, even if you guys get together or she likes you. That's just the reality of it, okay? You have choice. You have options. Even if you feel like, oh, well, if I didn't go after this girl, Lloyd, I would literally have nobody, Bet on yourself. Because you're spending so much time and energy thinking about this one girl or messaging her, you're preventing yourself from actually meeting other women who won't give you these problems. I guarantee you there are tons and tons of women out there that won't be as frustrating as this current girl that you're thinking about. Okay? So if a girl's giving you a lot of problems, man, you have to ask yourself the right question. If she is a good fit for you, if you say, yes, you know what, this I really like her, she's a good fit for me, she's got what I want, I'm going to go after her, then awesome. Do it. But if the answer is no, then you have to go out and go after other girls and drop this girl who's when I did this, I realized this about a year ago, and I had tons of success with women by that point. So I was a slow learner, honestly, about this sort of thing. So I had all these girls that I was talking to, and some of them we were sleeping together, some of them we weren't, and it didn't seem to matter. People didn't change as much as I thought they would. So if I spent a lot of time trying to get this girl out on dates, and then we eventually had sex or something like that, I thought things would change. I thought now that we've slept together, she's going to warm up to me a lot more, she's going to be a lot more responsive and easier to get out. Well, sometimes it would go a little bit, but people really didn't change as much as I thought they were going to. People do change a little bit once you start developing a more intimate relationship with them, but they don't change usually as much as you think. And what I became to realize was that I started using Pareto's law. I don't know if you guys know about this, which is basically 20% of your actions dictate 80% of your results. So I applied that to the girls that I was talking to. So I eliminated 80% of the women that I was talking to that were giving me problems of being too difficult to get out, and they were just being difficult and complicated. Focus on the 20% that it came easy, that we had that it was fun and I liked them, and they were just a lot easier to deal with. And I focused on those girls, and not only did I save 80% of my time, I saved at least double that in terms of thinking about this girl, trying to get her out, leaving dates open that I could have used for other girls that weren't giving me these issues. And I became a lot happier, and I was having a lot more sex with girls that I actually liked. So if you're in that position, start thinking about that sort of stuff. And if you're not in that position where you don't have those options, well, you bet on yourself. Guys get better with age. We're going to, I guess if you're in your low 20s, you're only going to get more attractive even into your 30s. So bet on yourself, man. You will have, if you don't have choice right now, as long as you're pushing yourself, as long as you're doing the things that you have to be doing to making yourself a better person, you're going to have options in the future, man. Follow stuff on this channel. You will. I guarantee you. It's going to happen. But if you spend all your time focusing on the wrong women and not asking yourself the right question, which is this girl a good fit for me and my life, then you're never going to find those girls. So rather, if you've been messaging a girl for a while, she's been giving you a lot of problems, ask yourself that question. If the answer is yes, keep going after her, man. Be persistent. I talk a lot about this on this channel where guys tend to give up too easily. But don't go after a girl because you think she likes you. That's not a good enough reason. Okay? And honestly, the same thing applies for women too. Like, if you're going after men. Cool. So that's all I have to say about this, you guys. That's it. If you made it to the end, consider subscribing and come up with videos like this every single week. Interested in my mentorship program, email me, TheSingleGuy2017 @gmail.com. Thanks a lot, you guys. Good luck out there.